This right here is my second laptop. You saw my last tech video showed my ThinkPad. This is my second laptop, and I did mention it in that video briefly. But this laptop, I only got one video on my current channel dedicated to it, which was when it upgraded from Windows 10 to Windows 11, which I'll leave in the card if you want to check it out. But I'm making a video on this now, so I can close this little arc, if you want to call it, between my laptops, because I made a video on my first laptop a few years ago. I'll put that up in the card so you can watch that. And then my last video, which is my ThinkPad, which is my third laptop. But this here is my second. And things may look different. This is still my Canon, the camera I've used for years. Now I took the filter off, and now it's a lot brighter, so fuck that filter. But anyway. So this little guy here, this dock, which I showed you in my ThinkPad video, this was originally used for this guy here. This was originally for this. So, yeah. So I'm going to go take this guy off and go handheld and show you the ports. Okay, here we go, handheld. I have my phone here, though I don't think it's actually needed. Nope, it's all good. Okay. So you can see here, there's a headphone jack. And over here, there's a power light and the USB light, or it looks like the storage light, but there's a USB-C plug there. There's an HDMI port, and there's an Ethernet port. We go to the other side here. Over here on this side, we have the power cable, the power slot, and two USB Type A's. I believe it's version 3, but they could be version 2. And then over here, there's also an SD card reader. And if I look at the keyboard, put this back on the strap of my hand. The keyboard, right here, is nice because it's thick keys. See, like this, so there's some bite to them. It's not like the shitty modern laptop keyboards where they're just super flat. And then look at the mouse pad. The bunch are separate, as they're supposed to be. This is how laptop mouse pads are supposed to be. Mouse here, clicky separate. That's how it's supposed to be. But anyway, let's go turn this guy on. Here we go, back on the tripod. We go zoom in a little bit. We can turn this guy on. I actually attempted to make this video earlier, but learn about the filter was making things look darker. Now it looks so much better without the filter on. Now this is just the lens of my Canon, completely exposed. It's okay. Let's go turn this guy on. It's actually good because now it could be a lot more structured now. This other to the side, that's okay. I can move it just a little bit. There's the login screen right there. And let me go log in. There we are, the desktop. And as you can see by the UI, it is Windows 11. Yep. Yep, Windows 11. So yeah, it's loading things. I don't know what the fuck is loading. But yeah, it's on Windows 11. So yeah, this is my second laptop, or as I've given it the nickname, my college laptop. Now my old college laptop, because my ThinkPad obviously does my school stuff. But this laptop here, here's my fucking hands there. This laptop here was used, it got it in 2020. When I was still in high school, in the last quarter of it, because back then it was quarters. Yeah, finished high school, started college with this when I went to UNF, the University of North Florida, for 2 semesters. So, yeah, this is laptop I started college with. But let me go bring up the specs. Let's go look at that next before I speak too much. Task Manager, and this thing is loud. Hold on, let me bring this thing closer so you can hear it better. I'm gonna be quiet. You can hear this thing, can't you? Can't you hear it? Can't you hear it? Apologies for how this looks. You can really hear that. Holy shit. Listen. yeah, you can hear that. But here's the CPU and Task Manager. This laptop has, get this, I know it's not front and center, so you have to fucking put up with it. This has an Intel Core i7 10th gen CPU, you can see there. And you can see on Task Manager, it shows 8, because we look here. 4 cores, 8 logical processors, so I think it's also a hybrid, I believe. It's a little bit different, of course, to my ThinkPad's processor, but yeah. Yeah, again, this tripod is very stiff with its movement, like it can't move too much, but it's got to get used to it. Let's look at the memory. This guy has 16 gigabytes of RAM, it's probably DDR4. Oh boy. You know, you can focus, it's okay. Don't know why it doesn't want to focus, but yeah, you can see 16 gigabytes. Don't know why it's so damn stiff. Let me loosen, let's see if it's less stiff. I don't know. But anyway, 16 gigs of RAM. It has an SSD with 512 gigabytes. You can see there. Why does it keep it not focusing very well? Is it because it's keep moving? Huh. I have trouble focusing on that. I mean, yeah, okay, you can see it anyway. But yeah, I don't think this is an NVMe SSD. I believe this is, well, it says Intel OPAC, so I don't know if it's NVMe. Regardless, 512 gigs. And of course has internal graphics because this is not a gaming laptop. Why is it running so hard? It's just booting up. What the fuck? I don't know. But anyway, those are the specs. And I'm going to bring this up too because like I said, but just to prove it, this guy is indeed running on Windows 11. So there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Windows 11. Whoops. This guy is running. Yep. Look at that. Windows 11. So yeah. So this guy was mainly used for college, but it did make some videos for me. I made some videos on it. Like in 2020, I did make some bar chart videos on it, and I actually made a Roblox video on it in 2020. So there you go. And well, like I said earlier, I was at the University of North Florida in late 2020, summer and fall. I was actually at a dorm in fall 2020, so that was interesting because I was in the middle of COVID. So obviously it wasn't, you know, regular. But after that, I switched schools to Palm Beach State College, and I changed degrees from Information Systems, bachelor's, 4-year, to Computer Programming, and Associates, 2 years. Well, usually it's 2 years, but associate's degree. And that was in 2021 in the spring, so I was at Palm Beach State College. And yeah, I actually made some more videos on this laptop in 2021 because on my old channel on Marzik, there was a brief stint of like a few months where there was a channel called Marzik Cube, which you can still find. Basically, it was GameCube and Wii shit. Basically, that's what it was. And you can actually see when I zoom on the icons. Game capture right there, yeah. That's it was an Elgato capture card that I used. So it was really cool because, you know, that was the first time I had recorded a console video, actually. It was on this laptop right here. It was the first time I'm recording a console. Of course, it was old consoles, but it was a console still. And those were fun videos. But of course, that stopped. My current channel started in 2021, as you know. If you don't, well, you do now. And yeah, but this laptop did not make a whole lot of videos for me. Like, yeah, it made a few, like on Marzik Cube and even on my old channel, and maybe 1 or 2 on my current channel. But this was mainly used for school, which is why, like I said, it has the dubbed nickname college laptop, or now it's old college laptop. But yeah, so this did my school stuff. I did all sorts of school assignments, attended Zoom classes, did assignments on here, all of that good stuff. In 2023, in the summer, I realized I did not like coding computer coding. So with parents' help, I switched schools again for the third time to Broward College, which is where I still am now. And the degree changed again, a third time, from computer programming associates to film production associates. And I'm still there now. So, and yeah, and this laptop was still my college laptop up until that point. But something happened that I didn't mention in 2021. You see, let me see if its battery is capped. This is a big important part of this laptop's story, because the laptop has a story, like all my devices do. Let's say you can see that. Okay, yeah, so it's still charging for now. We'll see how long that lasts. But, so in 2021, when we went on our vacation to California, I'll link the video to that above in the card. But while we were there in California, something happened. I was in bed, right? Just, chilling, using the laptop, right? Like normal, right? But then I must have not been paying attention or something, because it slipped off my lap, fell to the left, and somehow physics somehow managed to flip it so that instead of falling on its left side, it fell on the right side, which, as you know, is where the power cord is. So while this thing was plugged in, mind you, it landed on its right side, directly on top of the power cord while it was plugged in, which broke the power cord, right? And it ended up fucking over the battery. We didn't realize it yet, but a couple years down the road, this front part here, this guy where the mouse pads are, this was puffed up. Like you could see then, it was like noticeably, you can't see it obviously because it's not there, but this part was noticeably like puffed up a little bit. What the fuck did I just press? But this part was puffed up a little bit. So it noticeably bent upward a little bit here. That's what we saw after a couple years. I don't know if the one video this was featured in actually you can see that. I actually don't know if you can. I could probably take a look. But, well, in 2024, we learned that the battery was puffed up, which is dangerous, as it turns out. I guess you're like, no shit, but yeah, it was dangerous. So, very good friend of mine who built the 2015 gaming PC for me, as well as the one who recommended me to get the ThinkPad. So I'll repeat that again. We actually tried initially replacing the battery first, but HP's internal power authentication system was constantly failing because it was so damn strict. So even after we tried getting a couple batteries and a new power cord, which is the one it has now, it just wasn't working. And the battery could work, but it can never get to 100. So we decided to get a new laptop, which is my ThinkPad, which was the last video that I made. So the ThinkPad replaced this guy first, and then it replaced my 2015 gaming PC more recently. So yeah, this is my second laptop, my college laptop, but I do want to see if the video shows the puffed up. I don't know if it does, but I want to see if it does. Yeah, let me see. I think you can a little bit. Let me see. I think on this frame, it's hard to tell. But if you notice, you see right there, that looks a little off, doesn't it? Like, do you see right there? Oh, Jesus. You see right there, it looks a little off, right? Doesn't it? It looks a little up, right? Like, it looks like there's a hole in there. You see that? Yeah. You can see the hole here, right? Right here. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about right here. This is the evidence. So it looks like I did capture it. But that's the evidence I'm talking about. Is you can see it's bent up out of place. Because for some reason on this laptop, the battery is placed under the keyboard and mouse, or under the mouse pad for some reason. I don't know why the fuck that would be a good idea to put a battery, but that's just where it is. So I'm glad, it's hard to tell, I'm glad there is footage of it. I'm glad there is. So that's good. That's good. And yeah, it's actually still going up. I swear this thing used to not be able to get high battery, but that's pretty decent. But regardless, this would not be suitable whatsoever for my modern stuff. It just wouldn't. And if you're wondering, yes, I likely would be still using this laptop now if the battery issue did not occur. But it's honestly kind of good that it happened because my ThinkPad's way better and it's going to take me far into the future. So it's actually, in hindsight, a good thing that it happened. Strangely enough to say that. Even though I genuinely really liked this laptop. It was very nice. It did what I needed it to. You know, it just worked except for the battery thing, but it was genuinely really nice. It was really good. It was. So it's a shame that I had to force it into retirement like that last year, but you know, I just can't work with batteries like that. And it ended up being for the best anyway. So, yeah. I'm going to turn this off and then I'm going to show you one more thing before the video ends. And that's going to be the power cord. And you can probably hear that turn off too. It's really fucking loud. But let me go show you the power cable now. This power cable is not the one the laptop came with. This is the one we used at the end. So, Jesus Christ, it's fucking warm. Okay. There's that. And there's the cord. This part is warm right now. What the fuck? It's warm. It's warm. Anyway. So here, and this here is the power cord here. And unlike my ThinkPad, which is USB-C, this is a more standard one. So, yeah. But that is my second laptop.